Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'll be showing you guys how to make this full flare maxi or 3/4 skirt. I'll also be showing you how to calculate the amount of fabric to be folded to get this fullness in a maxi skirt. So if this is something that sounds interesting to you, definitely keep watching and let's get right into the tutorial. I have here 6 meters of Ankara fabric, but I ended up using 4 meters and a quarter because my skirt is in between a 3/4 and a full maxi skirt like you earlier saw in the picture. The full length of my skirt measured 35 inches and my waist circumference is 30 inches. So I have my fabric here on fold at 40 inches. So if I open up this fabric, I'm going to have a long length of 80 inches. And this is how I calculate the amount of fabric to be folded. The length of my skirt is 35 inches minus 2 inches for my waistband. This leaves me with 33 inches. To this, I will add 1 inch seam allowance to join to the waistband and to hem the skirt, and this leaves me with 34 inches. Now to know how much extra inches to add to this to be able to get the radius of your waist, here is the trick I use. We know that to get the radius of a circle, we use the constant number 6.28 to divide our waist circumference. So what I do is I divide my waist circumference by 2 because I'm cutting my front and back panels differently, which in this case is 30 divided by 2. This gives me 15 inches. I will divide the 6.28 into 2 as well, and this gives me 3.14. So for my front panel, which is 15 inches, I will add 1 inch seam allowance, half inch on both sides to join to the back panel, and this leaves me with 16 inches. I will divide this 16 inches by 3.14 and this gives me 5.1 inches. I'll do the same calculation for my back panel, and for my back panel I have 18 inches. That is 15 inches plus 1 inch seam allowance plus 2 inches zipper allowance, making it 18 inches, and I'll divide it by 3.14. This gives me 5.7 inches. So with these numbers 5.1 and 5.7 inches, I just round it off to the nearest whole number, which is 6 inches. And when I add it to the length of my skirt after minusing my waistband and adding my 1 inch seam allowance, I arrived at 40 inches. So this is the method I use to calculate the length of fabric to be folded, and this method works for all waist circumferences. Here's my 40 inches on fold. If I open up this fabric, I will have 80 inches in length. So it's on fold at 40 inches, and I'll fold it again in a triangular form, making it 4 folds. So you go ahead and follow along with your own skirt measurements. Now to calculate the radius of my waist, I'm going to divide my front waist circumference, which is 16 in this case, with 1 inch seam allowance included, by 4 because my fabric is folded into 4. 16 divided by 4 gives me 4 inches. So I'm going to come down from the tip of the triangle to the point whereby if I measure the quadrant, I will have 4 inches. For me, I came down at 5 inches to get that 4 inches radius, and I will take it round. With my tape on that line, I will go down 34 inches for the length of my skirt and cut it out. I'll do the same calculation for the back panel. 15 inches, half of my waist circumference for the back panel, plus 1 inch seam allowance, half inch to join on both sides to the front panel, plus 2 inches zipper allowance, 1 inch on both sides of the back panel because the back will be split into 2, and I arrived at 18 inches. I will divide this 18 inches into 4 because my fabric is folded into 4, and this gave me 4.5 inches, the radius of my back panel. So from the tip of the triangle, I came down at 5.25 inches to get this radius of 4.5 inches, and I'll take it round. With my tape on that line, I will go down 34 inches for the length of my skirt. I will take this measurement round and cut out the back panel. So guys, I've cut out the back panel. I'll go ahead and split it into two and trim off the selvage, and I'll do the same on the front panel. I'll use this waistband pattern to cut out my waistband. I always encourage us not to cut a long strip for our waistband if you want a waistband that fits nicely around your waist. I'll go ahead and cut out the waistband and the pockets, and we'll move on to the sewing part. Here are all my pieces cut out: the front and back panel of this skirt, the zipper, the waistband for the front and back panel, and the pockets. I have here 4 pieces of the pockets. I also added a lining to this skirt, which is not here at the moment. We'll go ahead and assemble these pieces. I'm going to start by attaching the pockets to the front and back panel. So on the waistline, I'm going to come down at 2 inches for the beginning of my pocket. Remember, we have ½ inch seam allowance on the waistline to attach to the waistband. So when I attach my skirt to the waistband, the distance from my waistband to the beginning of my pocket will be 4 inches. So guys, I've attached the pockets to the front and back panels of this skirt. Next, I'm going to attach the waistband, which I have interfaced with a medium weight interfacing. I will go ahead and pin them in place. I've pinned in place the waistband to the front and back panels of this skirt. I'll go ahead and attach them with a straight stitch, and I will also insert the invisible zipper. I have attached the waistband to the front and back panels of this skirt. I've also inserted the invisible zipper. Next, I'm going to assemble the front and back panel with a straight stitch. So guys, this is what our skirt is looking like so far, on the wrong side and on the right side as well. I'm going to keep this aside and work on the lining. I have cut out my lining. I'm going to attach the lining of the waistband to the lining. I'll go ahead and attach the lining of the back panel to the front panel into a 1 strip, pin it in place to the lining and attach with a straight stitch. So guys, I've done that. Next, I'm going to attach the lining to the skirt, and I'm going to attach with the right side of the lining to the right side of the skirt. When you pin the lining to the skirt, make sure the side seam where the pocket is attached is pinned towards the center of the skirt, like so. It helps the pocket stay positioned. I have pinned it in place. I will go ahead and attach with a straight stitch on the waistline. I have attached the lining to the skirt and I've top stitched the seam allowance on the lining. Now I'm going to turn the right side of the lining to the right side of the skirt and stitch along the zipper to attach the lining to the zipper. So guys, I have done that. Next, I'm going to attach the waistline of the lining to the waistline of the skirt, finish off the hem of the skirt and that of the lining, and that's practically all there is to this tutorial. If you find it helpful, do not forget to like, share, comment, leave all your questions in the comment section, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next one. A bientôt!